Hey, everybody. Oh, let me see. There we go. I'm good. Look. Look. One.
Hey, Brian. Thank you. Come on. Come on in. Mm. Look what pops up now. We can do gifts.
What you mean?
Membership gifts.
Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. What's shaking, everybody? Hey, Bryant. He's the first one here. Hey, what's going on to the people in the bushes? Anybody in the bushes, Joseph?
Yes.
Ooh, what's that you eating? Potato chips.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Well, it was a beautiful day today. Oh. What kind are these? Oh, this is plain? Yes. My favorite. I love plain potato chips.
Who's that watching us on Facebook?
Jonathan Farrell. Shout out to Jonathan Farrell on Facebook. What's going on, everybody on Facebook?
And sometimes Facebook, all your comments don't come through. So don't ever think we're ignoring you if we don't see them. That's why we don't comment.
I mean, what we do when we see them.
Mm-hmm.
I said we do when we see them.
No, we do. But like last night, there was people that commented when I went back to Facebook that their comments never came up. So I don't want them to think that they're being ignored because, like, you can see Jonathan's comment But if somebody else is commenting on Facebook, it might not show up on the StreamYard.
Mm.
So I don't want people to think that they're being ignored, and they're really not. What are you doing?
Man.
Yes, you need to be talking to the people.
Well, I'm waiting for people to come in, so it's okay. They know me. They know I'm here. Y'all know I'm here, right? Well, I was going to give y'all a sneak peek of the first show in the new season. And I probably will. You know, once we're done, I'll give you a little sneak peek of a little snippet of the first show for season 5. Y'all, season 5 is coming upon us. It starts on July 1st. So don't forget,
Friday.
Don't forget about season 5. The season 5 show is going to be lit. Yes, it is. So y'all make sure you got your notifications on. I know there's a lot of people that's been saying that they haven't been getting their notifications. I apologize for that. Unfortunately, that's a YouTube issue. You know, we really don't have any control over it. The only thing I can say is make sure your alerts are on your phone. And make sure that you hit the shaded notification bell so that you'll get all the notifications for, you know, anytime we drop new videos or go live, you'll get those notifications. So just make sure that you hit the right notification bell, because some notification bells, you know, the shaded notification bells will give you all the alerts. If you choose any of the others, you get them sporadically.
Jonathan, everything is going well for us. And thank you for praying for us. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much.
Now, before we get into the whole BET Awards that we're going to talk about tonight, I want to talk about this video. So this video I saw today, and a lot of people, it's like a double-sided thing. You have people for it and you have people against it. So the video is a guy going to his baby mama house, and he brought his son McDonald's. She has 3 other kids. He didn't bring the 3 other kids McDonald's. So she's like, well, he's not getting the McDonald's. And he's like, why? That's my son.
Right.
She said, because you didn't bring it for all the other kids. He said, call their daddies. I'm not their father. Maybe you should have had a 3 other baby daddies that cared about their kids and wanted to bring them McDonald's. If they daddies bring them McDonald's and they don't bring my son McDonald's, so what? That's my son. I have to take care of my son. So she refused to even let the little boy go out to the car to eat the McDonald's. She just refused to give the McDonald's to the little boy because he didn't bring McDonald's for all the rest of her kids. Now, I don't find nothing wrong with that, personally. Because at the end of the day, he ain't got to pay child support for all your kids.
Right.
So why he got to bring McDonald's for all your kids? I mean,
well,
I don't care if my thing is, like he said, he didn't, hey Sheila, he didn't birth the rest of your kids. There's only one child in there that's his responsibility.
Right.
The other 3 ain't his responsibility. So even when she said, well, what I look like letting him eat McDonald's and the other kids not, he said, well, let him come to the car. Let him eat it in the car. Big deal. Yeah, kids are going to feel slighted, but that's not his problem. Nor is it his son's problem. Like he said, you should have had 3 other men that was going to bring their kids food. Why would you deny this man's child what he wanted to. I just don't get it. Those other kids are not his kids. He ain't got to take care of all your fucking kids.
That's true. Well, let me tell you how that situation could have been handled in several different ways, right? When you really look at it. Because what the father could have did was he could have said, I'm coming to pick up my son, take him to McDonald's.
Right.
He could have said that. Now, I get what the mother is. I get the point that the mother is trying to make. The mother is trying to say, okay, here I got my one son. He's sitting up here eating McDonald's and the other kids don't have nothing. They didn't get nothing. So, kids getting their feelings about stuff like that. So I get what the mother was trying to say, but this is what she could have done. She could have said, okay, well, being that you bought food for your son, is it possible you could either take me to McDonald's or I will go to McDonald's?
Well, she said she
should have done. She
didn't get her food stamps until Thursday.
Oh, she was giving Very that.
She was giving Very that.
Okay, so she really don't have no. She really, in the grand scheme of things, excuse me. Excuse me. In the grand scheme of things, she really don't have nothing to debate about because he's right. That's his son. He doesn't have the responsibility of buying the other kids food. It would have been nice of him to do it, but he don't have to.
Right, because you have people.
And she was wrong for not allowing her son to go to the car and eat the food because he could have went to the car and him and his father could have drove around,
right?
While he ate. Or he could have took him to the park, while he ate and stuff like that. The kids, although they may have felt slighted because they didn't have anything, kids also recognize that them kids also recognize that that's not their father.
But I want to know what make women, and y'all women in the chat, y'all can answer this. I want to know what's that big long comment on Facebook.
I'm getting ready.
What I want to know is what make women think that if you got 3 baby daddies that one of them have to do for all 3 of your kids. That ain't how it works. Because if you go to child support, he ain't got to pay for the other 2. He only got to pay for his one.
Right.
So what make you think that this man he's doing for his child, but you just want him to do for all of them, but all them kids don't belong to him. All those kids don't belong to him. I don't get it. Because I've seen videos like this before where women refuse to let men do what they want to do, or like they go shopping for their sons or daughters, and when they bring the clothes, oh, I'm not giving them to them because you didn't buy nothing for my other kids. Right. Why he got to buy clothes for your other kids? That ain't his responsibility.
Right, that's not his responsibility, especially if he's not the father. No, that's not his responsibility.
Now, it's one thing if he's living with you and he taking on the responsibility of daddy to everybody in the house.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. But when he just coming by saying, y'all ain't even together. Right. You're just saying this is for my son or this is for my daughter.
Right.
And you getting pissed because he didn't buy nothing for your rest of your kids. That ain't got nothing to do with him.
No, it don't.
And right. Like women, that's the part I don't understand. You get a man that's trying to do right, and then you fuck him up and make him do wrong because now he ain't gonna do shit for his own child because he damn sure ain't gonna do nothing for them other man's kids.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You want him to do because them other men ain't doing shit.
Right.
So now you trying to get him to do something for everybody.
As a mother,
when everybody ain't his child.
Right. As a mother, it's your responsibility even to pick up the slack. Where and this is it's unfortunate, but it's true. When you're a mother, and that's why mothers are so important because mothers do pick up the slack where the men that are supposed to be supporting their children fall short. They pick up the slack. And I know women, sometimes you feel slighted when situations like this happen, like when you have 3 children with 3 different fathers and the one father is very responsible and taking care of his responsibility. Then you have the other kids where their father is not taking care of responsibility. I understand the frustration, but in the grand scheme of things, that one man that's, taking on the responsibility of his child, you should applaud him for that.
You slighting him and the child because he don't want to take care of kids, right?
Because of your situation. And also remember, women, I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but you created that situation. You the one that laid down with these men.
Y'all need to go back and look at my Joseph rants from a couple of years ago.
Listen, women, y'all have to look deep before you leave. You got to look deep before you leave. Before you have a child with somebody, having a child with somebody, I don't care if you 13 or whatever age you are. Having a child with somebody is a big responsibility. You not only have to think about the child that you're carrying in your stomach, but you have to think about who you had that child with. Did you have a child with a serial killer? Did you have a child with a bank robber? With whoever? Did you have a child with somebody with a man that's just not a responsible parent?
But let's go back one step. Let's go back to how the man treats you. What make you think if he ain't treating you in a way that you want to be treated, that he gonna treat a child that way?
Right.
Like men don't just change. Like I don't buy this whole, oh well, he was different. Yeah, he might have been different before you got a baby. And I'm not gonna even say trapped, because men know what they're doing, and everybody want to put it on the woman about having a baby. No, it's both of their responsibility. But at the same time, if you know you got a deadbeat, if your boyfriend ain't taking you to dinner, if you taking him to dinner, if he ain't buying you nothing, you buying him everything, you paying for
so basically if he ain't shit before y'all had a baby, honey, he ain't be shit.
You think that this baby gonna change it, and then they be acting all shocked?
Yo, ladies,
shocked for he didn't do nothing for you.
Ladies, babies don't change relationships. They just don't.
They make them worse.
They don't make a man change for the better. They don't make him change for the worse. They don't change. Babies don't change relationships. They don't make a relationship. A baby is just that. A child is a child. It's a living being.
And if the man ain't shit, that baby is your responsibility. Because guess what?
At the end of the day.
Unless you go to court and file papers to say, I want to give him to his daddy, which
baby is your responsibility.
Most women ain't gonna do that.
Right.
Most women. Right. There are some women that will shock a motherfucker. And now with this Roe versus Wade being turned, honey, a lot of men might get the shock of their lives when these women come up with, here, bitch, take your child.
Well, that's what some of these women need to start doing. I mean, I understand. You know what? Joseph, let me tell you something. If I was a woman, it would be a whole different ball game, because if I had a man that did not take care of his child, I would be that bitch to leave his son or his daughter at his doorstep and say, you take care of them. I'll pay the child support.
Melissa, that's way too many children, honey. That's way too many children. You wanted a football team. That's way too many children. What? No, see, if I was a woman, like my mother, I would have been like my mother, honestly. You don't want to take care of your child, then so be it. This is my responsibility. I would lay down with you and had this baby. But at the same time, I don't think if I was a woman, I don't think I would have had a baby with a deadbeat. Like if I was paying for him, or if I saw he was always falling short, I wouldn't have a baby with a man like that. I just wouldn't.
Well, I don't think a lot of women, predict or think that when they have a child with a man that man is going to be hotghettomess.com.
If he ain't treating you right, he ain't gonna treat the baby right.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
But when you in love, these men that do treat you right, and then they flip up when you get a baby because that's like, oh, I didn't want that. That was a mistake. We need to do something about that.
A lot of women are blinded by love. They're blinded by love because they think when we had this baby, we're going to be a family, and A, B, C, D. A lot of women that get themselves into these situations to have these children with these men that ain't shit, they are blinded by love. They're blinded by the love that they have for this man, and that's why they make a decision to either have the baby, and raise it, But that's just the way things are, It is. It's just the way things are. But
nowadays, it ain't gonna be a decision to be made because they're gonna have to have the baby.
Right.
So they're gonna have to be more careful with who they having babies with.
That's why you got to look
men are going to gag when these women start saying, "Oh, I didn't want this baby, so here you go."
That's why you got to look deep.
There's
You
gonna
got
be
to
a
look
lot
deep.
of single fathers out
Listen,
there.
women,
Give me
before
that.
you have a baby with a man, before you have one, know who that man is. Know who he is. No, listen, you ain't got no business being with no man that you don't trust with your life in the first place. You just don't. Now, Melissa, my sister got, and see, it depends on the woman as well. See, my sister, she loved kids. And that's why my sister got 10 kids.
Not knocking it,
but she loved her kids,
do.
and my sister ain't never, ever dependent on a man to take care of any of her children. She took care of them herself without the help. My brother-in-law, he was in jail for a long time. And my sister, she just did what she had to do. But it depends. You know, it's a lot of women out there that love children. Like my niece, she loved kids. She said, Uncle, if I could have 12 of them, I had 12 of them. If I could have 20 of them, I had. She loved kids, you know.
No, that's different. Like Melissa, she wanted to have 7 kids. If that's what you want to do, and you just want to have kids, and you don't care if the man take care of them or not, that's a whole nother
Just
story.
Be an independent woman. Be an independent woman. Be a woman that
make
says,
up
okay,
your mind that when you have this baby, if this man don't do, I mean,
you're gonna be prepared.
You got to be prepared for situations, and I'm not putting it all on the woman, because God knows it's a double responsibility with a man. What people always want to put the responsibility on the woman, and it's not a woman's responsibility because she didn't lay there and make that baby by her motherfucking self.
Right.
So I'm not blaming women at all. What I'm blaming
nobody's really.
No, what I'm blaming women for are the types of men they're having babies by. Because if you know he always in and out of jail, what make you think he gonna take care of his baby? He can't take care of you, let alone some baby. If you know he don't never have
take
a job,
care of himself.
If you know he don't never keep a job and he can't take care of himself, what make you think he can take care of a baby? That's the part I'm blaming. I'm putting on women. Think twice before you have babies with men that can't take care of themselves.
Or even be in a relationship with, like that show Love After Lockup. Remember that girl that we saw on Love After Lockup? She was so excited. Her man had got out of jail. He got him a job. He got his first paycheck.
Right.
And they took all that money out for child support. She was like, how are we going to survive? Yeah, for restitution. How are we going to survive? I'm telling you, women, you have to think about the choices that you make. I know that you've heard this from your parents and stuff like that, but you really do have to make make a choice about, you just have to tread lightly when it comes to, being in a relationship with some of these men, because they can be the sweetest thing in the world and they can be loving you and giving you the good sex and all that other stuff. But child, when that baby comes, it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game. They change into something else. Right. And you got to know that. You got to know, before you have a child with a man, is this man going to be responsible enough to take care of my child, regardless whether we're together or not? Those are the things that you have to think about before you allow yourself to lay down with a man and sleep with him, no protection, and have a baby.
Right.
You have to think about having a baby is not just about sex. It's not. There's so many things you have to consider. Even as a married couple, married people, a lot of married people, they plan their children.
Because they get divorced after they have kids.
They plan their children. They say, okay, we're going to have this baby, but at the same time, if something happens, they're mature enough to say, okay, well, we didn't work out or whatever, but this is your responsibility. This is my responsibility. And they co-parent. They co-parent good. These women, y'all got to think better. You got to think better of yourself. You got to know that you better than having all these kids, 1+ kids, and not having a man there to take care of them. But if you look deep before you leap into that, then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it, because you know that regardless whether you have a baby or not with this man, he's going to be responsible. Even if y'all don't work out.
Right, Jonathan. Sex ain't everything.
It's not. It's not. I mean, y'all, we in the 21st century. Women, y'all always talking about women empowerment. Y'all always talking about being independent and taking care of yourselves and being a boss bitch and et cetera, et cetera. Then start being that. Start being that. Stop blaming men for, you know, the situations that not only you got him into, but you got yourself into too. If you don't want to have a sorry ass baby daddy, then don't lay down with a sorry ass man.
El Manning, best friend. Sometimes a man will trick you because you don't know where his mind is when it comes to kids. So that needs to be a conversation that also needs to be had.
Yeah, of course.
Where's your head at when it comes to kids?
Right.
But like I'm saying is, if a man ain't treating you right, he damn sure ain't gonna treat no kid right. If he can't keep a job, what make you think he can afford to have a child?
Right.
He can't. If he in and out of jail, he can't. There's no way he could take care of a child being in and out of jail.
Right.
And these things are not thought about because a lot of times it's just like Jonathan said, it's just the sex, and then the sex gets you caught up, and then now that you caught up, you gagging like, oh damn. He either going to sit there and stay because he want to be a good man, because he don't want to treat his kid like his father treated him, or else he gonna do just what his father did and run. So it's a double-edged sword, and I'm not blaming women for nothing. The only thing I'm blaming women for is the type of men they're having babies with, because they can control that.
Yeah, you can control that.
But, you know, after that, you know, you need to have a conversation. Well, what if I get pregnant? You know, what if we have a baby? Because we sit here having unprotected sex. So, you know, what if that happens, then what? Are you going to stay? Are you going to go? Do you want to even have kids? You need to have that conversation.
That's why you got to look.
Because that video just pissed me off when you need to bring all my other kids' food. Why? Those ain't his kids. If he was on child support, if you have him on child support, his child support only paying for his son.
Right.
So why he got to pay for your? And then it ain't like she got one other child. She got 3 other kids. So what if his money didn't allow him to buy 3 other kids McDonald's?
Right.
But only his son.
Right.
And he wanted to do something for his son.
Right.
He ain't got to do nothing for kids that ain't his own.
Right, exactly.
Y'all ain't even together. He showed up at the house. So that proves y'all ain't together. Y'all ain't rocking like that when he living with you and all that. Now, if he living with you, that's a whole nother story. Because that's fucked up to come there with McDonald's just for your son and not the other 3 kids because you live there. Right. You like they daddy, or low key, you like they daddy. But when you take your son out, you ain't taking all 3 of them out. And you got women that'll do that too. Yeah. You can't take him to the movies and now take my other kids. Bitch, for what? Right. Them other kids ain't his.
And let's be real. Women think different than men, y'all. Women and men are different. We're just different. Where a woman will say, okay, I'm taking all the kids out to the movies. I don't care. You know, if it's not my child or not, I'm just going to take all the kids out to the movies. A man ain't going to think like that. Men don't think like that. They're not considerate like that. But does that make them bad? No, it doesn't make them bad. Men just don't think that way. We don't think that way. Our think engine runs a totally different way. Where you think that we should be considerate, we're not. And that doesn't make us bad people. It just makes us a man, period. That's it.
Oh, El Manning, I agree with you. Like I said, a man like that, you know, you can be tricked by him. I ain't talking about that kind of man that sit there and make you think, oh, y'all gonna be a family and y'all gonna live together forever and he gonna marry. I ain't talking about that man. Because, see, that man need to have his ass whipped for just playing with you in the get-go. I'm talking about the obvious men that ain't gonna make good daddies because they ain't really making good boyfriends. But then these women still lay there and have babies by these men. Because like Tremel said, she love him and love is going to get them through everything. I ain't talking about the man that's sitting there feeding you a bunch of bullshit and lies. Right. I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about the obvious ones that you know good and well. They don't technically they ain't making a good boyfriend. Right. But like Tremel said, you just won't be with them because you love them and you love Tyrone, and Tyrone just got a big gun, honey, and he pulled it out on the dudes on the corner, and you know, I'm talking about those thugalicious.
Y'all better stop falling in love with them thugs, honey.
And man, you're right. That's not all men, because there are some men that would say, all right, I'm coming to get my son, and I'll take your other 3 kids with me too. There are men that would do that.
Yeah, there are, but child, that's very, very rare. Very, very rare. You can't, you know, but you know, you at the end of the day, you can't blame that man. It's not, he shouldn't be looked at as a bad person or a bad father because he didn't buy the other kids McDonald's. He was doing what he was doing for his son, and that's that. That's that. Period.
Right. So it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing at all. No.
But y'all, I just wanted to talk about that first because that video got on my nerves today when I saw it.
Well, let's talk about the BET Awards. The BET Awards, for those of you that did not watch it, it was, oh God. The BET Awards was good this year. The only thing for me that it was missing was Beyonce. I was expecting for Beyonce, being that she just put this song out to perform, but she didn't. But it's okay.
Well, you got Mariah instead.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about it. Well, Lizzo opened up the show, and let me tell you something. Lizzo looked wonderful. I loved what she had on. I love the sequin jumpsuit she had on, and I love how she represented the big girls and boys in the world. She had nothing but, you know, oversized people in her in her you know, in her performance. There were men, there were women, and the performance was phenomenal. It was phenomenal, and she played her flute. Lizzo is just a class act when it comes to performing now. You know, personally, you know, her little Instagram and you know how she be getting dragged and stuff like that. That don't mean nothing to me. I don't pay no attention to none of that stuff. As an artist, Lizzo performed, and she performed well. You got anything to say about Lizzo?
I liked her performance. Lizzo is Lizzo. I like her performance. I like how she incorporated, but she always incorporates the big girls. But I like how she incorporated the big boys this time.
Yes, the big boys. She represented for the big boys. The big boys up there that was dancing up there, they turned it. One of them did a death drop.
Right. I like the way she incorporated the big boys. I like Lizzo. But before Lizzo, Saucy Santana performed before show, and he did a fantastic job. Yeah, like I would love to see him on the main stage next time.
I think he
can do an even better job if he was on the main stage and not like outside doing it before.
Yeah, I think Saucy Santana is on Saucy Santana is on the road to being a successful rap artist, and you know it's a big thing, especially for us. He's a member, you know, he's a part of the LGBTQ, of course. And so, you know, to see him, you know, performing and getting respect is a really great thing, you know. Of course, yes, we had Lil Nas X, but it's good and refreshing to see another representative of the LGBTQ at the BET Awards. And I think next year you'll see him on the main stage.
I think it's more refreshing to see him because he's not holding back. He's being who he is. Right. Period. Right. Like
he's a pretty boy.
And I like to see people living in the truth. Yeah. Lil Nas X is giving you Butch Queen vibes. So it's like, okay, you look like a boy. You just may put on something shocking, and it's shocking to people or whatever. But Saucy Santana he's living in his truth.
Yeah, he is.
Period. And that's what I like about him. Yes. And then Lil Nas X, he feels so slighted by BET, he'll never be on there. Yeah. So it's like, don't even ever look to see. I mean, unless they change their mind.
Well, Lil Nas X has been in the blogs. He talked about his relationship with BET, and he said that last year they let him perform. And he said they gave him stipulations. They told him that it would have to be a TV-friendly performance and so on and so forth. and he felt a little slighted by that, but he still performed. But shout out to Lil Nas X. It's like somebody said. Somebody said that he felt a little slighted because he didn't get nominated for any awards. But what someone said was true, is that as much as we support Lil Nas X, we really don't listen to his music like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I think that's why he really didn't get no recognition. And besides, Lil Nas X hasn't come out with any new music anyway. So let's move on. We're gonna talk about.
Let's talk about Brandy rapping.
Yes, Brandy rapping with oh my God, what is his name?
The white guy.
Yes. I'm trying to remember what his name is.
Is it Joe something or I forgot his name.
I'm gonna get his name.
But see, y'all, if you didn't watch Queens when it was on TV because they canceled it, it was a very good show. It had Brandy, it had Eve, it had a couple of other people in it. And Brandy was rapping on that show, and I was shocked because her actual role on that show was a rapper. She wasn't a singer. And she would sing occasionally, but she would rap most of the time. And I was shocked. I was like, wow, Brandy she's holding her own up there with Eve. Like, it was amazing to me. So to see her rap now with him, I'm not surprised. I'm not, because if you don't watch that TV show called Queens, you wouldn't have known Brandy could rap. So I was not surprised by that at all. I think she did an amazing job. I think Lil Wayne was in that rap too.
Yeah, Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne,
Yeah, Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne.
You can't take nothing away from him.
Right. Yeah, he's like a pioneer in the game.
Right.
Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow, that's his name.
Yeah.
Jack Harlow, he's like the newest rapper on the scene. He's a white guy, and the ironic thing about it is he didn't even know Brandy and Ray J were brother and sister. He didn't know that. He's a good looking guy too. Jack Harlow's a very good looking guy. I didn't realize how tall he was. He's very tall. And Brandy, as far as my take on her rapping and stuff like that, Brandy says that this is something that she always wanted to do.
I think it was.
She said she's always wanted to rap. And people would say, her team would say, "No, Brandy, you can't rap because people want to hear you sing. People want to hear you sing." And so, when she was asked, would she be doing any more rapping? She said, "If y'all want to hear rapping from me, I'll do it." And she's really good at it.
Now
she was a beast.
on Motown, so I think they're gonna let her do.
Yeah,
they're gonna let her have the creative process over her album.
Right. Well, she was a beast. She was a beast that night. So I enjoyed her performance with Jack Harlow.
Oh, that's Billie Eilish's brother? Okay.
Who?
Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish.
Now, let me tell y'all who else I've enjoyed. Lotto. Now, Lotto, first of all, I was here for the earrings. I was here for those earrings. Those earrings were Benji. They were Tangy slush, honey. I was here for those earrings. They were Benji. She gave you Benji, girl. Jones, you got to give it to her.
No, she did. I just think
she had the hoop earrings on for life, honey. And they came off when she went up and accepted her award. Lotto, this is her first award ever anywhere. So she was excited. She said, she made a nice speech. She was like, I said I wasn't going to cry, but she made a good speech. And, I think Lotto is going to be another heavy hitter in the rap game. Her performance was phenomenal. She performed, and then she surprisingly brought out Mariah Carey to do the remix of her song Big Energy. I kind of suspected that she was going to bring out Mariah. I don't know why.
Honey,
but I kind of suspected.
Let me tell you something. Mariah really have to like her to do that, because Mariah's a very shady girl.
Yeah, she's
an Aries, honey, like me. Mm-hmm. And she's a shady girl, honey. Yeah, so if Mariah came out, Mariah was feeling her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the performance was good. It was great. Who else? Mooney Long, y'all. Monie Long, she did her song Hours and Hours.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she served the girls. She gave the girls hours and hours. Yes, she did. Monie Long performed. And you know who else was a good performer? Chloe.
Chloe always performed.
Chloe gave a great performance. She gave a
and I was glad Jasmine Sullivan won.
And Beyonce was so proud of her. And Jasmine Sullivan won for Album of the Year. And I love the speech that she made. She made a speech about Roe v. versus Wade. And you know, she said, "Black men, we need you, black men."
No, I think she won Artist of the Year because
no, she won Album of the Year. It was for Hotels. Her album Hotels. She won Album of the Year. She did win Artist of the Year as well.
I thought what's his face won for Album of the Year because they was talking about it. What's the guy's name? Tremel. They formed that new group.
Oh yeah, that's right, Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars, because they were saying that he ain't black, so why should he win Album of the Year? It should have been Jasmine Sullivan or her.
Who said Bruno Mars ain't black?
That child.
Bruno Mars is black.
They say
him and Anderson .Paak.
They say he Mexican, so he shouldn't have won, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, so what, schmo, what, whatever. The Diddy Lifetime Achievement Award. Now let me tell you something. When you do a Bad Boys production, when you see a Bad Boys production, you always gonna see
a show,
and you're gonna see quality. He brought Lil' Kim out. He brought Busta Rhymes out. Busta Rhymes. Let me tell y'all something. Do not sleep on Busta Rhymes. A lot of people sleep on Busta Rhymes and think just because he's an older rapper that he ain't got it no more. Busta Rhymes is a class performer. He's a 100% A-class performer.
We need to pause and go back.
Why?
To Lil' Kim.
Okay, well, let's talk about Lil' Kim. Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Let me tell you something. I love Lil' Kim.
I do too.
Like
I know what you get ready to say.
There's nobody that will ever take Lil' Kim's place in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
But Lil' Kim, girl,
she don't need no more surgery.
You don't need another hip.
No, she don't.
You don't need another piece of titty. You don't need another cheekbone. You don't need another bleaching session. You don't need another nothing. You just need to marinate in what that is and kind of let it fall a little bit because it's going to fall. All that surgery going to fall.
It ain't going to fall, honey, because she got enough money to keep it up.
No, that's what I'm saying. Let it fall a little bit so that it won't look so like it hurt. Like she looked like she was in pain.
No, you know what? I think, you know what? You know why Lil' Kim has gotten so many surgeries? She had a problem with, her looks. When she was a young girl, people used to tease her because of the color of her skin. They told her she wasn't attractive and things like that. And so that, brought on the onslaught of her getting all these surgeries, getting her hips done, getting her face done and stuff like that. Because to be honest, if you look at pictures of Lil' Kim when she first came out, she was a pretty girl. But to her, it's all about how you feel inside.
Right. People. It doesn't matter what other people say. Mm-hmm. But the problem is you don't listen to people that tell you look good. Your problem is people's problem is they listen to people that tell them they're not up to par.
Right.
And that's the part that gets me because it's like we all have insecurities. We all, feel some kind of way about ourselves.
Right.
We all look in the mirror and go, if I had money, I'd put a little Botox here. I'd get a little tummy tuck here. I'd get a little hip action. Mm-hmm, I'll get a Brazilian butt lift, whatever the case may be. But when it goes overboard, like she did, I think, if she's happy with herself, I'm happy for her.
Yeah, that's how I am. I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
To other people, it looks like you went overboard.
Right, it does.
Most people don't have a problem with what you look like beforehand.
Right.
And they would probably prefer what you look like beforehand as opposed, like she looked like she's in pain.
But
she looked like that hurt.
Right, but people do certain things for certain reasons. That's like Michael Jackson. You know why Michael Jackson got so much surgery? He wanted to look like Diana Ross. He said he loved Diana Ross. So he
but at least he had a goal in mind.
Right, he had a goal in mind. But in Lil' Kim, I'm pretty sure she had a signature look that she wanted to look like. Listen, at the end of the day, Lil' Kim, she's still pretty.
Yeah.
She's still pretty. I don't care what you say. You can say whatever you want to say about her surgery, her surgeries or many surgeries that she's had. People can say stuff about the way her hips look or whatever, but she's still a pretty girl.
No, I've seen her where she looked good, and then I've seen her where she looked like the BET Awards.
Right.
And I guess it's just what good day or bad day she's having that day, or who her stylist is that day.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen her look good where I said, okay, that ain't.
But y'all,
bad.
Let me tell y'all something. Bad Boys did it. They did it that night. Faith Evans came out. Jodeci came out. 112. And then Kanye. What's Kanye? Lord have mercy. Now you want to talk about something, Joseph? Kanye looked like the Invisible Man. Kanye had a whole mass situation going on. He had his face covered up, and he had a baseball cap on, and he made a speech about Puff Daddy, and how much respect he had for Puffy, and so on and so forth. And Kanye just, I don't know, child. I just don't know what to say about Kanye. And Kanye, take off them big old boots. Take them damn boots off. You look crazy. You look crazy. Puffy came out, and Puffy is like, from being in the industry. First of all, let me just say this: from being in the music industry, I personally know him, and he's a really nice guy. He really is. Puffy is just a really nice.
Just don't person. Let him have access to your coin, honey.
Yeah, just don't be signing no contracts with Puffy and shit like that. And if you do sign a contract, if you're an artist and you sign up to Bad Boys, I suggest that you get you a nice lawyer and have him look at it. Don't be greedy. Don't let your want for fame overpower, what you deserve. Because Puffy got a whole lot of these artists in his pocket for different reasons and so on. But we ain't gonna get into that. We'll get into that another day. But Puffy made a speech, and it was a class act speech. Mary J. Blige performed. It was a really good tribute to Sean Puffy Combs, and it was a well-deserved tribute. To see where he came from, y'all just don't know. I remember when Puffy was doing when he was promoting basketball games and stuff like that. I remember when he was promoting different artists and stuff. Me and Joseph was there from the beginning to see Puffy start from day one, where he had nothing up until now. And he donated money. He donated $1 million to Howard University. And he also donated $1 million to Jackson State University, which is great. Howard University is Puffy's alma mater. So he donated, $1 million to them. And I thought that was a great thing. I really did. I thought that was a really great thing for him to do. I enjoyed all the performances from the tribute. The Lox performed, Mary J. Blige, Shine performed, y'all. Now, that right there was great. I didn't even know Shine was allowed in the country, because Shine went to jail for many years for that shooting at that club in New York City, and then when he got out of jail, he was deported back to his home, which is Belize. That's where Shine is originally from. So, but to see him perform on that night, oh my God, it was amazing. Shine looks great. He really does. Shine looked great. Shine went on a sabbatical. He became a Jewish minister in the whole nine. Let's see. Giveon performed. Unfortunately, there was some sound issues with Giveon, and he said that the BET Awards they sabotaged his performance.
That wasn't the BET.
Things happen, y'all. Giveon is still a great performer. And like last, what I was going to say was Chloe performed. Billy Porter, I don't know what's going on with you.
Billy Porter looked a hot fucking mess.
Yeah, Billy, you looked a mess, honey. Now, I like the platform shoes. I didn't like the shirt with the shoulders. I did not like that.
I didn't like it. Was, first of all, it's summertime. Why the hell are you standing up there in some wool ass outfit? That's number one. Number two, them damn. I don't know the designer name, but I saw the designer's spring fall line, and he did all the shoulders like that. He did all the shoulders like that because everybody looked like they're going, huh?
Well, that's fashion. That's fashion.
But some things need to stay on just the
runway. But that's fashion. That's just fashion.
But haute couture, a lot of haute couture needs to stay right there on the runway.
But
not brought into.
I think so. You know what? I think with Billy Porter, and you know how much I live for Billy Porter. I think sometimes they just go overboard with him. I really do. Saucy Santana. His red carpet look was cute, except for the boots. I was not feeling the boots. I think if Saucy Santana honestly would have had on some nice thigh-high boots or some nice pumps,
honestly, I think if he would have had a cute little yellow heel, neon yellow heel, or neon green.
Well, somebody said he should have had on some sequin pants or something to go with that outfit.
The problem with Saucy Santana for me is, like, you have some people that have more of a torso than they do legs, or more legs than they do torso. And it needs to be camouflaged to make you look proportionate.
Well, people do things to push the envelope.
No, but for me, Saucy Santana, the jacket was perfect. But I think it needed to be pushed down.
I live for that jacket. I
needed to be pushed down a little bit more so he wouldn't look so compact.
Yeah,
because if you ask me, Saucy Santana look like he's 5'2", especially in that jacket. And I think that his proportion is even, his upper body and lower body. So he needs to have somebody elongate him. Like his clothes, I think if that jacket would have just been a little bit longer, and then them hips came out beyond past his hips, I would have liked it better. Because I just think that I would have liked it better. Because I think his proportion, his natural body proportion is off. It's just compact.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's fashion, y'all. That's just fashion. Okay. But we're going to close this up because we have another interview to do. Y'all tune into Facebook.
Or Cole Handsberry on YouTube.
What we'll do is we'll put the link. And we if you got any of you guys want to see the interview that we're doing tonight, we're doing another interview at 10 p.m. So we have to go, guys. Yes, I hope that you enjoyed all that we talked about. You know, ponder over it. And just make sure you're watching us on all social media platforms. You know what those are. It's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and right here on YouTube.
TikTok,
make sure you hit
Snapchat.
And make sure you hit the like button as you go out if you have not hit it already. Make sure you subscribe and share. And if you want to be a member of our channel, just hit the join button and join us. Membership has its perks, especially in season 5. There's going to be some exclusive videos, exclusive things that we're going to do with the members on the channel. We thank you, members, for joining. We appreciate you, and anybody that decides to join, welcome.
And there's a new thing on YouTube called gift memberships, where you are gifted a membership for 1 month. So look out for that. I just activated it on our channel.
Yes, we're going to be giving away.
We're
going to be giving away memberships, free memberships for 1 month, very soon. So just be on the lookout for that. Of course, you see the message that is scrolling at the bottom. The McRaeKingz, me and Joseph, we will be celebrating our 4-year anniversary
on Thursday.
And yes, we've been married for 4 years. We've known each other for longer than that. We've known each other for 22 years, but we've been married for 4. So those of you that wish to give us a gift, you can send us a Cash App. Our Cash App is TheMKingz. Or if you want to, we do have a Amazon wish list that we have, and that will be in the description of this video. So anybody that wants to purchase something off our Amazon wish list, just go right into the wish list and you could just hit purchase. You pay for it and it gets shipped right to us.
It's in the description box.
Yes, and if you have any questions about the wish list, by all means, feel free to contact us at TheMcRaeKingz@gmail.com. With that being said, guys, we are out of here. We will talk to you again soon. Stay tuned, like I said, for season 5. The first show is going to be on Friday, and it's going to be a wonderful show. And also, we're going to bring you some of the highlights from the Pride events that we've attended this year. You'll see that, and you'll see a whole lot more in the new season. So with that being said, guys, we're out of here. Remember to walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness, and always remember, it's Team McCrae.
All damn day.
Talk to you soon.
And see you at 10 o'clock.
Bye-bye.
Cole Handsberry Experience.
Sure will. Bye-bye.